Hello, we have reached the month of February. It has been, well, it felt like February was literally a week long, and then somewhere in between that week I filmed a video, had several exporting crashes, which pissed me off, and had a birthday, and then that's it. And now it's March, which to me is so crazy. So I've got quite a few products to get through, so I'm going to do my best to zoom through them as efficiently as possible. So the very first product that has absolutely captured my heart and soul this month has got to be my Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. I have absolutely been loving this foundation. It really is one of these products that lives up to the hype. I know it's been talked about a lot in the beauty community, especially when it first came out. And I bought this a few months ago. I was waiting for the summertime to sort of try it on, because during the winter months the colour is slightly, just like a shade too dark for me. This is a really perfect skin tone for, you know, those of you who have brown skin like me, or you brown sugar sisters out there, because I know sometimes it's, you know, a bit of a pain in the butt when you're trying to look for foundations and you're trying to match yourself to a colour. But when you switch from, like, you know, high-end to drugstore products, you know, the colour selections kind of turn into a bit of a disappointment. It's got sort of like a slight hint of like glitter, which gives like a really nice sheen and helps with the dewy effect. I also love the fact that it comes with a pump. It's like my favourite form of packaging is whenever a foundation comes with a pump, because it's a lot less messier and easier to deal with, which I am, of course, you know, an appreciator of. This product has been one of these things that I found myself reaching for even when I didn't need to use it, and that's saying a lot for me, because I'm not somebody that wears liquid foundation, especially on a daily basis. You won't ever see me doing that. So Rimmel, you have stolen my heart, and yes. I always find that using, you know, a sort of mattifying pressed powder or like a mattifying face primer to apply before you've put the foundation on really helps with keeping your skin less sort of shiny and looking more like greasy in the summertime, especially when you're sweating a lot. And one product that's really helped me, which is also my next favourite of this month, is the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. Apparently this is the darkest shade they have. The packaging is, you know, nice and light and plastic. It's very basic, which is awesome for my makeup bag and just for travelling purposes. It's in warm beige, and I absolutely love this for a mattifying look. You can literally chuck this over blushes, contour, liquid foundation, anything you want, concealers, you know, if you have like concealer that's creasing, anything you want that, you know, you want a slightly more mattifying effect to. Pressed powders are awesome, and this one is a like priceless drugstore one to go for, so I absolutely love using this. The next thing that I have to rave about, I just have to rave about this, and I can't believe it's in my possession, because I have wanted to try these palettes out for such a long time, and I feel super blessed to just, you know, have them in my possession now. But this month's favourite of the three is the Naked 3 palette. I have been using this a few times a week. I use this for my Valentine's Day makeup tutorial, so those are all the colours there. I love that it's like a rose gold packaging. I love that the colours are all, you know, like a rose gold tone. I was a little bit, you know, apprehensive of whether or not this, you know, this sort of range of colours would be as appropriate for brown skin as, you know, the Naked 1 and the Naked 2 palette colours are. But it's, you know, it really lives up to its hype. Something that I tested out this month that I am quite impressed with, surprisingly, has got to be my e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. I think this is such a cute product. It's a clear face primer. It comes out clear. It's got a pump, which, like I said before, I appreciate pumps always. This has a very sort of silky texture, but as far as the primer goes, for the price of this, I'm sure this retails at like $3. It's a very standard e.l.f. Price point. It doesn't really leave the kind of finish or like the kind of effect on your skin as more sort of silicone based primers do. I know a lot of people don't like that feeling. If you're one of those people, then I would probably recommend giving this one a go. Moving on to lips. Lippies. Oh, I'm getting excited to mention lippies because this month has been really good for lippies. I've been rediscovering a few products, but there have been two that have been absolute knockout products of the month, and this has got to be two lipsticks that I've been combining together. I've got it on my lips today. I have also worn it in my TMI tag. And these two lipsticks are the Viva Glam 5 and the MAC Hug Me lipsticks. Hug Me is a luster, so it's got a very thin, subtle and moisturizing formula, and also Viva Glam 5 is also a luster, so they're both the same formula, which helps when you're pairing the two and using one on top of the other. One thing that I have been doing is I have been wearing this first and then using Hug Me over the top. So far so good. I'm super impressed, and I've been loving this lip combo, and I love MAC luster lipsticks. Gosh, obsessed. Moving on to hair care, I have been absolutely loving my Tresemme Heat Tamer Protective Spray. I have been using this religiously for the last three years. There has not been a time where I felt like if I run out of the product, it's okay to have run out. Like, I need to go out and buy this. I ran out of the one I was using before. This is a brand new bottle, and I really love this. Of course, you know, if you are familiar with beauty videos on YouTube, you will know that this has been mentioned countless times on countless channels, but there's a reason for it. Down here, it is a supermarket brand, so it retails for about, if you're lucky and get it on sale, maybe $5 and $6. Otherwise, you'd pay about $8 to $10 for it. Really inexpensive and works like a charm. It is a really amazing hair protectant. I also really love applying this to wet hair. It makes quite a big difference to how, you know, Afro Tarzan my hair turns out after I shower. So I would recommend this for any of you who need a new hair protectant and you know, want a fairly inexpensive one. I really love using this. Again, another product that I'm so happy I got my hands on, and this has got to be my Tangle Teaser. Yeah, finally got one. I'm in love with it. I can see what the hype is, you know? Sometimes I used to think to myself, it's just a brush, it's just a freaking comb, what's the big deal? Holy freaking heck. This is like, it lives up to what the hype is about. I love that I have a pink one. It's super easy to use. I've got fairly thick hair, sometimes can be coarse depending on to the extent of which my bird's nest is rising out of my hair. I love using this on wet hair. It's just like, it just glides through your hair, and the bristles are nice and soft and very flexible, so it doesn't really tug on your hair. And it's just made such a difference to how I feel, like, you know, especially if I'm getting knots out and things like that. Again, like, just one of those products that's just so genius. So genius. Good work, whoever invented this. You are just a savior of the hairbrushes. For skincare, I am going to only mention one product, if you can't hear the crinkling of the packaging anyway, and this has got to be my Johnson's Face Care Daily Essentials Refreshing Facial Cleansing Wipes. I love this stuff. I am very impressed with how it removes makeup. I think at first I didn't really expect it to be a very good makeup remover, but you know, so far so good. I haven't really had any issues with too much of an oily residue left on the face. If you are worried about that and you do decide to go ahead and purchase this product, then wash your face afterwards. Honestly, it's the best thing you can do for any product that you feel like is leaving residue on your face, especially when you want to cleanse it in the first place. For my food favorites, I have, hold on one second. Oh yeah. Pop-Tarts. Hey. I love Pop-Tarts. This has been my food favorite for this month. I went on a big mission to go and get me some of these from United Sweets. If you haven't been to United Sweets, you're missing out. They have everything. They have all the American candy, and they have Pop-Tarts, and they have you know, all the drinks like Dr. Pepper and like Cherry Coke, and oh, it's just amazing. This is one of my favorite flavors, which is Hot Fudge Sundae. I also bought the s'mores one to give this one a go because I haven't had that before. I really like the cookies and cream one. What else do I have? Confetti cupcake and chocolate fudge. Am I going to eat these all? For music, I am going to go out and say that this month, my boys, MKTO, have been killing my iTunes playlist, killing it on my phone, on my iPod, in my car. I am absolutely obsessed with their self-titled first and new album. Go and check it out on iTunes. You can have a free listen on Spotify if you like, but go and check it out because I think these boys are so talented. I think it's been a long time coming for me, especially that I've like, you know, seen a group that I really admire. These boys, they have it all, you know. I just think these boys, I hope, are going to be huge. I have so much faith in them. I am forever a fan. I could go on about them all day. I can't wait until they next come down under because I'm going to get on there. And that Tony. For TV shows, this month there has actually been a show that has surfaced back up in my pool of awesome TV shows that I am utterly and completely obsessed with, and it is Pretty Little Liars. I had this sort of feeling that for me the show sort of died down a tiny bit last season, but it's definitely picked back up, and the last 2 episodes were, for me, were cliffhangers and sort of on par with how, you know, the initial couple of seasons started off, you know, that sort of suspense and like really progressive and ingrained storylines and character development, all those kinds of things like that. I love that they've now introduced a couple of new characters. I think it keeps the show fresh, and I just think the progression is freaking confusing but it's awesome, and so I have been really loving watching Pretty Little Liars, and I have a ton of shows to catch up on, so hopefully next month I will have some more TV show favourites for you all. Another favourite that I have to mention before I shoot off has got to be, it's kind of, and it's not a beauty favourite, it's a sort of a music-y kind of favourite, it's more like an event favourite, but I have to mention it because if any of you went, you will know what an incredible day slash night slash event this was, and I'm talking about Rapture 2014. My mind was blown. I am a massive Eminem fan, of course. For those of you who don't know me, now you know. He did a show in Auckland and I of course went. It was hands down one of the best nights of my life. I have to give my hats off to Eminem because he's recovered, and I'm sure, you know, he's still recovering, and just for him to like get out there and just have so much energy and stage presence and just the kind of vibe that the whole atmosphere was like thriving on was unbelievable. And of course my homeboy David Dallas, I have to say I'm so glad that he also made it to open for Rapture. I think it was probably no doubt a highlight of his hip-hop career, and I'm sure he's happy about that. But I love David Dallas, and I have to add him to one of my other favourite artists of the month. He fed into a crowd of 55,000 people in Auckland, and if you live in New Zealand you know what a tiny country we live in, so for a crowd that huge to show up and to like have that kind of an atmosphere where I was an unbelievable and without a doubt unforgettable experience. That brings me to the end of the video. That is all my favourites for the month of February. Thank you guys so much for watching, tuning in. Leave me, you know, a thumbs up if you liked what you saw in this video, and I will be sure to, you know, keep up these monthly favourites. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what some of your favourites of February were. And yeah, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and if you're a new viewer, I will see your lovely faces in my next video. Bye. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Alrighty, so beauty favourites are over, food favourites over. Now we are moving on to, wait. Oh